once again to Working for Scale, episode 9. Uh-oh, there's a gap. There's a gap. What do I do? There's a gap. Ah!
Brought to you by tea, that warm beverage that refreshes.
Charles, there's a gap.
Oh no! Did I miss it?
Charles, you gotta fill the gap. Product placement.
Here we go. Product placement brought to you by Marvel Legends 20th Anniversary Captain America. Is this the 20th anniversary of Captain America? No. Is it the 20th Captain America? No. It's the 20th anniversary of their first figure they've made for Captain America. So, even as a fan, I don't quite understand it. Still fucking bought it. Way to go, me.
Well, speaking of things that are in their 20th, more than 20 years have passed since prior games have occurred. Information the party is aware of as of a few sessions ago. But merely a few days passed since last, over the course of the last session. And I believe there was something rather shocking that happened last session.
Yeah, so last session we wrapped up the case that we were working on. We basically turned the Fae over to Rhyme, who totally just, sent her on her way to the Fae Empire to stand trial. Mm-hmm. Totally. And we got to mostly the bottom of what was going on. Let's see. We were able to stop Phineas before he did something that he would regret, and he was made right again. She wiped his memory. That's what happened.
He was made right again. That is the right way to put it.
And so then, following our success, we were given a promotion. And we were also allowed a few days rest. We were those grunts of us were promoted to Templar, the ones of us in the Knights. Narissa's parents were not happy. They thought she slept her way. Well, her mother thinks that she slept her way to that promotion. And her dad is still suspicious of how she got the promotion, and that she can't talk about her job and all of that. It's not no recognition. But needless to say, we were going to have a promotion ceremony. Part of the whole deal with that is that we skipped the squire, the
yes,
Templar
there's supposed
squire
to be a
rank.
training thing before you become a full-fledged Templar.
Right. So we had skipped that and we went straight to Templar. We were also offered new housing if we wanted it. Narissa definitely plans on accepting that. At the ceremony, Eli and Al saw their families. It was a pretty nice affair. Narissa's family was their usual self. Rhyme had a stern talking to Frey about being a leader. After the party, we all went home, except Frey. When she went home, her house was quiet, but her parents were there, dead, and congratulations was written in their blood.
Yeah. But we're not going to pick up immediately after the events that follow that. There is, I'm assuming that in this particular case, being a well-trained investigator, that Frey knows not to touch the crime scene, works to collect themselves, and then immediately gets authorities on the scene to handle the circumstances. At which point, Rhyme will actually show up on the location as well. Since she was not far, having just finished up the whole ceremony, she'll find her way to where you are, and look to you and say, I know that this is a lot to deal with, but your parents will be fine. Probably about 3 days, I would expect, and they'll be back in working order, as intended. I apologize for your temporary loss. Is this your first?
Yeah?
Oh. Strange. Your family's been doing quite a lot for quite some time. I would have figured this would have been something you'd encountered before. Perhaps just not so blatant. They've never discussed with you this happening? Do you get any time to talk to your parents?
Not really.
I'll see to it that that changes. And if you need to take time off, you should do so, but this is all just a temporary matter. Grieving is unnecessary. I'd prefer you show up at work tomorrow. Death is, for people like you, and for people like them, non-permanent. Non-close, not even close. It is a mere mule in front of the cart. You just need the right people to step in and get it out of the way. Please, have faith in me. I hope to see you tomorrow morning.
Of course.
And she'll take her leave. The investigators and the knights that show up there will take their notes, go over the crime scene, and then tell you can't stay at home. So you'll need to find a place to stay. Who do you think that Frey would stay with? I don't think you really know where anybody is, so...
Yeah.
Would she not be aware of where my family is since we're kind of related?
No. There's no actual... Like, just because you're part of the major family doesn't mean that every individual knows where every other individual is. And it's not shared information. There is still privacy in that.
They just called you trash. We don't know where that gutter snipe lives.
Well, I think you'll probably spend the evening confused, tired, and...
Could they go back to the office and sleep?
I mean, perhaps you could try that, but would you?
I mean, if I don't really know where else to go, it's a place potentially.
Okay. Well,
you're welcome to crash at our pad. You can sleep in my bed. I'll sleep with the Boba.
She doesn't know where you are.
Oh, that's true.
The next morning, the three of you will arrive to check in for work and find Frey there in a bit of a disheveled shape.
Frey, are you well? Have you been here all night, or did you want to get an early morning, or?
I've been here all night.
What happened?
Do I know if I should keep what, Rhyme said, sort of a secret?
She didn't tell you anything about needing to keep it a secret, so...
So, parents sort of died, but apparently that's
What?
temporary?
What?
What?
Your parents died?
How did-
I'm so sorry.
How did they die?
How's it
Temporary?
temporary?
Did I get any information on how they died from the...
No. The investigation is still ongoing.
As of right now, I don't know how it happened, or exactly when it happened. I just came home to it.
Well, I'm sorry, and they're just going to be
Awful.
brought back.
Well, I have heard there are magics that can do that. I'm certain they have the means to.
That's just what Rhyme told me, so... I have to take her word for it.
Well, certainly, if Rhyme said it, then it'll happen. So you've just been sleeping here? Did you not want to go home? Did they?
They didn't allow me to stay there tonight.
So, as knights, you would know why she's not allowed to. That means they did not find whoever... That means that the knights did not find whoever... They didn't find, like, any entry to the premises. They found, like, no evidence whatsoever to give them any sort of lead. And they've sort of declared the house a danger to any resident. And so they will seal off the house until they can fully do all their detective stuff to make sure that the house is secure and that whatever occurred, basically they don't want to be liable for saying, oh yeah, it's safe to stay the night here, and then they, somebody who stays there and then dies as a follow-up.
That's terrible. I mean, certainly you're welcome to stay at my house. There's plenty of space.
Are you afraid? Are you safe?
I have no idea. At least
mean,
they
I don't-
congratulated me.
They Did they left a note?
Sure, we'll call it a note. It was just the word congratulations on the wall.
That is a very strange way to congratulate someone. By killing their parents, leaving a note on the wall. I don't quite understand that one.
Well, as I said, Frey, if you need a place to stay, you're welcome to stay with me.
Thank you, I appreciate the offer.
Are you able to work today?
Yeah, I should be able to.
Well, you are quite the trooper, I believe they would say. Excellent.
You will all suddenly hear a message in your head. It is from Rhyme. I have follow-up to previous work that was done that needs now your careful hand to move further on. I ask that the four of you come meet with me so I can give you the details.
And
Did
away
you
we
just
go.
hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so creepy.
Well, we shouldn't keep Rhyme waiting.
She shouldn't have talked in my head.
Well, I feel like she is Rhyme, and that is on brand. If they use that saying in Steve's world.
Yeah, on brand is a statement you can use.
At least she's not speaking in rhymes.
That would be fun.
The four of you can head to her office. When you arrive, Rhyme will look over. Notice her eyes kind of look over Frey at first, as she enters. And you can see, like, sitting on top of her desk is that weirdly shaped, sort of mercurial object. Well, it is under a strange day that I find the four of you here, but progress is progress, and setbacks are minor. We can accomplish most if we do not delay. You are Templar now, or Templar equivalent, and I expect that you can handle things as such. Things like death, things like secrets, things like dismissal are things that should be easily comprehended. Is that understood?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, Eli. Do you have a problem?
What do you mean dismissal? Like if we get fired?
Dismissal means that if you no longer are asked to continue to work within the parameters of a task, you are dismissed from that task. I expect that you will understand that dismissal means that you cease your work in it. When you've completed something, you are dismissed from that task.
What are we supposed to understand about murder?
The murder of Frey's parents is not something that has anything to do with your designation or your responsibility.
But they said congratulations.
The killer of Frey's parents will be found and brought to justice. You have your own jobs to do and need to remain focused on those jobs. Frey's parents are only dead for a short time.
Right, wait, how does that work?
Clones are a very regular thing for many people. Some people have a delayed clone process. That is to say that when someone dies, they specifically have their soul move to a special location where it will reside temporarily until the killer can be found. Once the killer has been brought to justice, or after a certain period of time, depending upon their conditions, their soul will be returned to their body, and they will reawaken and eventually re-enter society.
What does that happen for?
What do you mean? She looks at you very confused.
If I died, would that happen? I don't think so.
For Templar, this is not available. For Frey, however, there is, from what I have located in records, there is one clone in reserve.
I look at Frey. Wow. Clone in reserve, eh?
That being said, the clone is somewhat old, and so while you may gain your knowledge back, you may find that the physical enhancements you have gained over the time that you've been working here may not exist in your old body. Physicality doesn't return to a cloned subject, albeit the rest of you will. Eventually, if you can reach the realms of High Templar, a clone will be afforded to each of you. You may also purchase clones, but I believe at where you're at right now, that is a little beyond your salary range.
Is this a well-known thing, this cloning?
Not to you. You might have heard of someone being brought back from the dead before, but a clone might be a little bit confusing. Like, there may have been like powerful shamans that you've had that like somebody shortly after they died, they were able to wake them back up. And you know that there are ways to make people undead, ways that like bring people unnaturally back to a false state of life. But you've never heard of cloning per se before.
I'm making notes to ask my compatriots what the hell is going on here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little out of my element.
It was really interesting, Brian. Thank you for telling me about it. I hadn't heard about it.
You're
Did
welcome.
they still suffer when they died?
Oh, most certainly.
Sorry.
They will recall all of the pain and agony they went through during the process.
Sorry, I don't want to ask about that in front of Frank.
Yeah, that was not the best question.
Why not? It's
Well-
important for people to understand that you should still not wish to die. Death is not a comfortable thing to endeavor. There are penalties that your mind and your body will experience following your departure from the mortal coil. But it is only a temporary setback, and one which can be recovered from. But it is best not to have death occur, for it is a most painful, quite excruciatingly painful process. And based on the condition of Frey's parents, it was most likely a very lengthy process as well.
Hopefully they'll be able to shed some more information once they wake up.
I am most certain they will.
What was it that you called us here for?
Yes. The key. She waves her hand across the mercurial object. One moment here. I am unfortunately disappointed with the group, or disappointed by the group I sent with this key to once more attempt to enter into the caverns. They did not get very far before something brought an end to a number of them and forced them to flee.
Oh, Lord.
I cannot continue to lose resources to this, but you have all had greater success than they have. I'm counting on your ability to work cohesively and to fight well and to think critically to give you an advantage in this situation. In that situation, I at least had one of them return. I believe, comparatively, that then the four of you should make a full return with the object in tow. Perhaps enduring a single casualty, but I think if things can be accomplished, that casualty can be temporarily mitigated if necessary. Potentially permanently mitigated if need be.
What is it exactly you need us to do? We take the key to a cave?
Yes, deep within the cave is an object of immense power, but one that is fractured. There is it in and of itself will shine with great magical power, but have no immediate function. It requires 3 other objects to be within the same or worn by the same person in order to have any direct function.
And we'll know what this object is and we need to return with it?
At the very least, one of you has detect magic. She looks at Frey. And I would expect that it should be very clear from all of the objects there which one it is. If you cannot find something at the strength of that, then you are not doing well as a caster.
What type of object is it?
That I'm not sure of. I don't know which one of the 3 objects rests within this cavern. I just know that one of them is there.
And how does the key help us?
The key will open the cavern. The cavern is sealed otherwise, magically so.
Can you give us any information about what kind of danger we should expect to encounter?
I am unsure of what lies beneath. The failed party complained of some sort of attack from the darkness, unseen. And they mentioned that their weapons failed to find proper purchase in the creatures they were fighting. But they were not particularly keen at combat in the dark, and shortly after they'd entered, their torches were extinguished, and their light sources were dispelled.
Will we talk to the person who did make it back to see if there's anything else they could share?
Unfortunately, he has taken a leave right now and is unavailable to speak with.
He didn't get killed, but his mind is shredded.
Well,
Did this darkness sound magical in nature from the way it was described?
presumably so. None of them had the ability to see in darkness, so losing the light was very troublesome for them. Additionally, in order to overcome traditional light, it would either have to be magical darkness or some sort of magic capable of dispelling. I am unsure which, as they did not hear any spells cast. Could have been a trap within, could have been whatever creature assaulted them or creatures assaulted them.
And where is this cavern located?
Ah, right. She will ask Frey to take a few steps forward. And she will reach out and share something into your mind, basically the exact route to the cavern.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Travel safely. An important thing of note around the area as well. There are many creatures that are drawn to the area. It may be slightly more dangerous than you expect when you arrive. Try to evaluate what may be at the cave. Things don't stay there long. While they arrive, they may spend some time, but eventually they will get bored and head away. They return inevitably, but they don't stay long.
How long do we have to complete our task?
I need this done by sundown.
Oh. Okay.
This,
What will it take us to get there?
merely a few hours. It is relatively close, just well hidden. I am, however, willing, if need be, to provide you with a little better access to services that might be required for you. I can offer you, and she'll reach over and take out a slip of something, write it down. This writ should allow you access to a good number of potions in order to make sure that your travel is more likely to be successful.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Do you mean we need to be back by sundown, or we need to be out of the cave by see.
Oh, you need to be out of the cave by sundown. If you are still in the cave by sundown, you will most certainly die.
Like, and not temporarily.
Your bodies will be difficult to recover. And if you are dead for too long, there is no recovery we will have for you.
There you go.
Well, daylight's burning.
Let's get going.
All right. The party can head out. The writ entitles you to 7 Cure Serious potions from a vendor of your choice.
Can
Well,
it be a mix of potion and balm?
It can be, yes.
Well, we got a guy.
You do. And you can go over, pick those up from him, and any other potions you may want to get. The potions are free, and you need to divvy them up amongst you. Choose how many balms, choose how many potions.
I would like to have 1 balm.
I would also like to have 1 bomb. I think we should each have a bomb.
Well, so we get 7 in total.
Correct.
So if we do 3 bombs, we could do 4 potions.
Okay.
I probably shouldn't carry a bomb because I'll be focused on fighting. So
Makes sense.
Okay.
I will carry a bomb and a potion.
So it seems like everybody gets a potion. Everybody except Narissa gets a balm.
That seems right.
Okay. Remember that potions are the potions are in D4s, and you get 2 additional dice beyond the first for every additional level. So this would be 5d4 plus 7,
Each time we roll.
or 5d4 plus 5. Sorry. Yes, each time you roll.
It's
Are we able to
5d4
get
plus
it?
5d4 plus 5, because it's serious, not critical.
Are we able to get any potions that would help us, those of us that don't naturally have dark vision?
Yes, there is a... One moment here. There is a spell that you can acquire, which will give you dark vision for a couple of hours. That will cost...
That's not on the writ, huh?
It is not on the writ. That would cost normally 300 gold. He is willing to sell it to you for 200 gold.
Yeah, I cannot afford that.
Okay.
I'll need to
Does he
get
have
it.
any other options to help with vision?
Unfortunately, aside from offering you like balms of light, which you can apply to an object and it will cause it to emit light for a short period of time, or ever-burning torches, which he happens to have a couple of. He does not have any other options.
How much are the ever-burning?
Ever-burning torches are around. He'll sell them to you as well for about. Oh wait, actually, got my pricing wrong. Check my prices and say it, and then I was like, wait. He is willing to sell them to you for 80 gold.
Are they affected by magical darkness?
Magical darkness would. Let me double check. I think. I believe it is. Oh, why are you not giving me the goddamn spell? No. Continual Flame would override a darkness spell, but it could still be dismissed.
So I could pay for it if you want it. In that time.
Do you have enough to do that?
Yeah.
What was it
Wow,
called?
money back.
Continual- Steven,
It was
continual.
80 gold for
Wait,
continual
what's it
flame.
called?
Continual flame. It basically it is basically a torch, but it is always lit.
Also, I don't believe it gives off heat, right?
It does not give off heat. You cannot burn things with it.
Yeah, which is kind of important because people try shit.
Correct.
If we got that, who would we want to carry it? What kind of vision do people have?
I have 60 feet of dark vision.
I'm a
Yeah.
Joe, so probably me or you.
The
Yeah, I
problem with
also-
me holding it is then it makes my position obvious.
You also can't shoot while you're holding a torch. You can't use a
I'm
bow
also-
and also be holding onto a torch. Oops, I dropped the
What do you
torch.
say, Frank?
I was just saying that I also have dark vision, so I would.
So, Al, would you want to hold it?
Yeah, I guess so.
If you can afford it, Frank, I think that might help.
Yeah.
We should have him put in a miner's helmet.
There's not one of those that he has for purchase.
Choose a haberdasher so I can look dapper.
Well, then you should just get a burning hat.
Do they have those?
I mean, you can cast continual flame on anything.
It's true.
Here, I'll make you a DIY burning hat. Let me see your hat for a minute.
Tinder twig.
It will be very short. The duration of the spell is significantly shorter like this. Yeah, well, my character is going to start wearing a pork pie hat and taking up the saxophone. He's going ska.
All right. Well, Charles's character dies. Something about the saxophone causes his body to rupture, and I don't know. Science
Why
is
did-
weird.
The bass saxophone.
All right. Well, is there any other gear that the party wants to gather up before they head out?
I think we're good.
Are there any type of arrows that have light on them?
Ooh. You could have light cast on one of your arrows or on a number of your arrows, so when you fire them, wherever they land, they will emit light.
But that wouldn't necessarily help me see.
It would help you see wherever the light ended up.
And
Right.
it wouldn't give away your position as long as those arrows are in your quiver if it's like on the tip of the arrow.
Correct. But somebody needs to cast them before you shoot them, obviously.
If you remind me, I could cast them.
How many castings? You don't have a lot of castings available, though. That's my concern.
Well, light's a cantrip.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We can try and remember to do that then.
I'm thinking tracer round arrows. Cast light on every other one, and then you can see where you're shooting.
That is basically what it would be.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Not that I can think of.
All right. Then the party can set off. We will take a short break shortly. Out of town to nearing the location of the cavern. I need to see if anything is waiting there for you. can I get a perception from everyone as they start closing in on location? You have a good idea where things are, so you can kind of keep your eyes peeled as you're moving in.
Oh, wait, we should have rolled HP, right?
Oh, yes, you did level. Everyone can give me their HP rolls. Al, you can re-roll. Frey, you keep. Narissa, you definitely re-roll. Eli, you'll re-roll. Oof. Well, you don't re-roll again. The rule has changed. You don't get a second re-roll. You can keep your higher number if you rolled lower. So, Al, you can keep the
Is mine just
4.
broken? No.
Nope.
Jesus. That sucks.
It does. Don't forget, you all get 1 additional hit dice, though, every level as well for favorite class, as long as it is your favorite class or whatever the class you're currently taking is.
I get 2 instead of 1. Hey, it double.
No, look at that. Not quite triple like some of those rail cards I had yesterday, but... that's a reroll for Debobe as well. Lots of you rolling 1s here.
We don't want
There you go. There's a nice 3. 1 more.
Wait, how many does he get to reroll?
He rolled for himself and Debobe. So Debobe got a reroll, and Al got a reroll.
Debobe of the extra point? Wow.
I'm not being unfair. I do everything I can to try not to be unfair. I live my life by Bissy's standard. Everyone deserves a good deal. Or a
don't
fair
forget
deal.
to record your hit points in the configuration area.
Yes. That way we know that you've taken them. And I don't have to assign you the minimum.
So we just put level 3 in
Yep.
the number we got.
The number you rolled, and then the number that you got. Or it's the number you rolled, I forget how I have it on the sheet. But I made it so that it's supposed to be intuitive.
Okay.
Maybe I didn't. Yeah, the number you rolled and the total that you would have put in. All right. So, the party can finish giving me those perceptions. I got 2 perceptions that were exceptional.
Is mine exceptional too?
It is not. Ooh, but the other 3 of you can spot hanging out in the area where this is supposed to be. Let me change it.
Wait, hold on. I will. Frey, can you first cast light on 10 of my arrows?
Sure.
Well, you want them before you go into the cavern, so right now would not be the best time.
Oh, okay.
This creature is outside of the cavern.
Oh, okay. I see.
You can see off in the distance quite clearly. There is this sort of like red, furry, hunched over bipedal creature that has these long antennae that come off the top of it, and these kind of long claws and these big mandibles that come out of its face. It looks almost like somebody blended like a beetle and like a tiny bear of sorts.
Beetle and a
Like-
tiny bear?
Like a bug bear.
No, not like a bugbear. That's a different thing.
Is it rather hulking?
It is not hulking either. It is very small, actually.
Huh.
Probably only about your size.
My size?
No, not your size. The party size. The average party size. That is the correct way to state that.
I will ask Al if he has any idea what this is.
I'm gonna make. Is it a natural creature? I can make.
So
a
you can try to give me a knowledge nature.
It's a hazel. What's it? Me with my big old 6.
You will know for certain that this is not a natural creature, but that it does appear often in nature, but often is found underground.
I can tell based on its structure it's an underground creature, but does it have hooks for hands?
It has claws for hands. But they don't look like particularly good claws. They just, like, have a claw to them.
Does it have to be pointed out for me to make a check?
You are at that lower roll. I think you're just kind of unable to see it. You also have that -2 to sight, so you're kind of like really squinting, and it's just like way too hard to see anything at this distance. Everybody else is seeing this like very clearly from lots of feet away, and this is just like blending into the trees or something.
Well, do we want to just kind of ignore it, but be prepared?
Does anybody else want to try to take a guess as to what this could be, what school this could reside in, what type of creature it could be?
I'll just do a knowledge arcana. That's
Okay.
the only thing I have knowledge in.
Sure. No idea what this thing is.
The knowledge local give me anything?
You can try knowledge local.
Ooh, will knowledge dungeoneering help?
You can try knowledge engineering. You know that it's underground. I'll give you that. So you could give me a knowledge engineering if you got ranks. But you are still uncertain, both of you. That's pretty priceless right there.
Well, I think
Nope.
Rhyme did say we could probably wait out whatever creatures are in front of the cave, so maybe we just play it safe.
Yeah, so what I want from each of you then is either a stealth or constitution check. Or I'll give it to you as a fortitude save. Perfect, yeah. This thing will hang out there for about an hour. And Al, it gets weirdly hot where you're standing. Like, there's something about the way the sun is kind of coming through the trees and where you're standing that it just feels very warm. And it just looks like it's so much cooler. If you just walked over to where that thing is, it would feel so comfortable. So very comfortable. Just to take a little walk over there. But Debobe starts growling a little, very softly, or not growling, but like making that kind of.
Yeah, I was just watching hyenas trying to figure out how to do that noise.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not doing a good job of it, but it's close-ish. And then starts like pulling at your leg as you start kind of moving away. Can I get Debobe to give me a strength check, or a CMB check rather?
Sure.
Yeah, so Debobe will kind of be pulling you back as you start trying to kind of move in that direction. But eventually, the creature will pass.
I don't know what happened there.
It still feels like it would be nice and cool if you went more towards it. But you're not feeling... It's not really a compulsion. It's just kind of like an exhaustion thing, like when you're in the desert and you just need to get somewhere more comfortable.
Yeah. Feeling sweltering.
Does the party wish to proceed forward now that it has moved away?
I think we should, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You can all close in on the place. And here it's just kind of like a mound with a small kind of carved-in hole on it. It looks more like almost like a gopher hole or some other small like burrowing creature. But as you get closer to it, the hole kind of opens up and it sort of like goes downward and opens to about the size of a probably slightly bigger than all of you creature could wander its way in. And once you reach a certain point, it will open wide. All of you can start to set in, but you'll see a wall of stone once you're inside. There is just the entrance behind you and this wall of stone before you.
That look like there's any, I don't know, anything like it.
That is a very good perception. You are looking over the stone, and you will notice there is there are like a number of rocks in the way that it is, and the rocks it looks almost unnatural the way that they're stacked and the way that the holes are and kind of the way that the rocks sit. So the gapping isn't normal for like rocks that had fallen to make this kind of fill-in.
Can I pull at that?
They do not move. They feel actually stuck more than they should logically feel.
Can we try putting the key in it?
Yeah, you can take out the thing, and you can try to put the key there, but give me an intel check. You are unsure how this would fit in here.
Anybody else?
Can we all take a look at it and see if the key will fit in there?
Yeah, you can all give me an intel check if you'd like.
Ooh. All showing out.
Dubove definitely doesn't get it.
We had a better shot than me and Narissa.
So, Frey and Al, you're like moving it and getting it, and it kind of clicks to you. Oh, thank you so much, John. It kind of like clicks as you're doing it. The way that the device shifts and turns and bends, the key, like, and as you're like trying to put the key in there, the key is sort of bending to what you're thinking and what you're doing. 1 second here. As it kind of twists and bends as you're working with it. It seems like it's trying to shape itself based on what you're thinking. But you know that from like working with it, just simply trying to get it to go in there at the right angle isn't enough. There seems to be something extra about this that needs to happen. Something that needs to sort of trigger something.
A trigger of some kind. Huh?
Yes. It's shifting, but like it won't, like it'll meet a form, but then you can't do anything with it. It's like it's still moving around, it's still amorphous, so it's not solid. You can't turn it like you would a key. It doesn't like latch in anything, but it does fill the shape as you're doing it.
What is the shape?
Like the shaping of the stones in the wall, like the open gaps between the stones within the wall.
So we basically have to figure out how to keep it in that shape. Probably.
You need some way that it will not like shift its form. So imagine, if you will, that this thing has turned. So remember I said it's kind of like Mercury. It's very mercurial and very shiny, like mithril. So as you're putting it in there, it's like, and you're thinking about like the bends and the cracks and the crevices, it form fits to the shape. But when you turn it, it doesn't stay solid. It is still liquid. So it just turns, and like you could twist this thing infinitely. But it does seem like there is something trying to engage when you twist it, because there's some kind of resistance that for a moment pushes and then doesn't go anywhere because the key continues to turn.
Is there a way we could concentrate and like will this key into a solid form?
You are welcome to try it.
Would that be a will save?
That would be a will save, yes. Yeah, you will the key to remain solid, and you are kind of pushing with all of your mental might, but the key will not remain solid. And you are quite sure mentally that that should have done the trick. Like, you were as focused as you feel like you basically could have been in that circumstance.
Well, I tried to will it into staying in focus, but I could not keep it.
Perhaps it needs something else.
Perhaps it needs something else. Any ideas?
Can I use Dex in some way?
Probably not. I don't think Dex is going to do anything here.
Help maneuver it.
It's not a maneuvering thing. It's in place, basically.
Could I just, like, strong arm, like, just shove the thing in there with all my strength?
It's in there already. So imagine, if you will, that there was a keyhole on a door. We'll make this very simple. There's a keyhole on a door. You've stuck in a piece of Play-Doh. And now you twist the key. You can feel that there is a mechanism, because there's just enough of a, like, push when you first twist it that you get a little pushback, and then the key just, like, twists completely. So you know that it's supposed to move. Something about this is supposed to move. But the key is not hardened. The key is still like Play-Doh.
Does anybody else
Ooh,
want to try?
what if we tried one of our breath weapons to freeze it?
Sure.
All right, I'll try my breath weapon.
Okay. You step forward and you unleash your breath upon the wall. And as you do, the key will stiffen. You can reach out and twist it. And the wall will part. And the liquid will kind of collapse upon the ground. It will shatter for a moment and then slowly pull itself back together.
Nice job, Narissa.
Thank you.
I get good ideas occasionally.
You can all...
So is now the time to light up the...
Yes, now you have the cavern open. You can see the darkness within.
Yeah, can you light up 10 of my arrows for me?
Yeah.
Is it wide enough for all of us to go in, or do we have to...
It is wide enough for all of you to go in. The cavern entrance is about 20 feet wide. Once you sort of have to get through the initial entryway, which is really about 10 or 15 feet wide, probably about 12 and a half feet wide. But you could all kind of squeeze through and be in the same, like, smaller area once you're through. Yeah. So you light up the arrows, and the four of you can head on your way. Is somebody carrying the torch right now as well?
Yes, I am.
Perfect. All right, so the party presses inward, and as you do, you can hear a rumbling sound, and the light from the sun that was previously behind you will slowly fade to nothing but a small spot on the floor in the distance far behind you.
That was rather abrupt.
The tunnel snakes on forward for some short distance before turning off to the right.
Should we mark? Do we have anything to mark?
Does anybody have paper and pen?
Or chalk?
I have paper and a journal. Well, I mean, ink in a journal.
Okay. Then to you all, I will offer empty canvas for you to draw upon.
Nice. Look at you, Michelle. Map in the adventure.
I'm going to turn off the grid for this specific window.
Then when we're all dead, we're totally gonna blame you. Good job, map maker.
Well, when you go the wrong way.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Where
Pick
do we
a
think
point
we
to put
should
the
start
entrance.
this drawing? Should we start it at the bottom middle? Do I want to make it look wide or just have it be a line?
Say that again?
Do I want to make it look like look wide, as in have basically two parallel lines, or do I want to just leave it one line per tunnel?
It's up to you. If you can keep the parallel lines going without it confusing you, I say go ahead, but usually,
Single line does seem easy.
Yeah. Is there an eraser?
You can click on it with your pointer, and it will select the drawing, and then you can click the delete button. So click the mouse pointer.
Select. Okay. Well, I
then-
figured out how to move it. Where's the delete?
Delete as in your keyboard.
Oh. There we go. That's a great way to do things, I guess. So it starts here and goes to the right.
Yep. All right. You make your way forward. I'm gonna need to know how you're all moving through this cave. Are you all in a line side by side? Are you separated out in any way? What is your traveling? What is your way of navigating this cave?
Towards the front.
Can we be kind of like a
Middle.
wedge shape?
Like a triangle? What we can do here is, while we're on this map, why don't we have, whoops. Bringing that onto there. It should not be doing those. It should move your tokens on the board. Am I not getting your tokens? Come on. Oh, because for some reason all the tokens reset. Cool. Fix that.
Well, that's good.
Let me fix that. Or this is one of those things where I just didn't hit the save button properly. Obey. And least Eli. Whoops, what did I do? What order was I doing this in? Did I break mentally?
Question.
I did. I had them in a specific order. Oh, I was doing them from the order the tokens were, not from the order the names were. Right. That would be logical. Alright, so I will move your players onto the map. And you all can put yourselves in the order you want to travel.
Which direction are we traveling? Looks like up, right?
Yep.
That time.
That was
It's
very
not
well
readable,
done. There's no
so-
way you did that with your mouse. Okay.
Yeah. If I have to draw a map, I might as well use the tablet. So
Am I down at the bottom and I'm just not seeing me?
Everybody's in the center of the map right now.
Oh, okay. I'll be here on the wing.
Yeah, you guys can pretend you're moving north for right now. So like that?
I think so. Is this helping people out to be see? If I put it there, since I got the torch.
I mean, all I can see is us in darkness.
That's all you're going to see right now. I'll be explaining things. There are a lot of things that are going to happen here, and there's going to be varying levels of light and dark. And as I've noticed, Roll20 has varying levels of success in using the lighting engine, so I think we're going to play more of this Theater of the Mind style.
Okay.
All right. The party can press on inward. You can come up to the turn that is right. There is nothing straight ahead. You can tell by the light of your torch. And you can make your way right. As you all do. Let me have a perception check from everybody. Yeah. So, as you are all moving this way, you will slowly begin to notice that the light of the ever-burning torch, or not, I guess not all of you, it'll come to Eli first, and Eli can let everybody know that the light of the ever-burning torch seems to be shrinking. It's not gone, but it has definitely shrunk in terms of the range that it covers.
Uh-oh.
Yep, the light's getting weaker, y'all.
And additionally, Eli, as you make that comment, you will hear the sound of like air moving around you. Not across you, but like something is very rapidly moving on the outskirts around where you are. The whole party,
There's
not
something
just you.
moving around.
Can those of us with dark vision tell what it is?
You see nothing.
That's unsettling.
ominous.
You needed some better perceptions.
Yeah, unfortunately, the person with the good perception has the lack of vision.
Yes.
Convenient.
Oh, it's very convenient. I disagree.
Couldn't ask for a better outcome.
Are you continuing on? Do you want to stop here and try to investigate?
What do you think, gang?
I'll think.
Did it sound like those things like left or
No, the sound. So according to
Around
Eli,
us.
they're like they're. It's almost like it's flying around you, or moving around you, or running around you, or something along those lines. Like there's a. It's very. It sounds very fast though.
Kind of like a whooshing.
Yes.
can Eli try to hit it with an arrow?
Eli could try to figure out where it might be and fire an arrow in the direction of where the whooshing was. or like the result of the whoosh would be. It's a long shot.
Literally or figuratively?
Very
Both.
good.
I'll try it.
Ooh. Roll me a D100.
That is a lighted arrow to
Yep,
also-
roll me a D100. No, you will fire the arrow out, and there will be a beacon of light. You will get a perception check as you fire the arrow out. And the arrow, as it flies, will slowly extinguish as it reaches the end of the point. But you'll get enough light that you can see. And for a moment, you thought you saw like a hint of some kind of black flying, like something blackened in color, flying through the area where the light lit. But
Like
then
a
it disappears
bat,
into the
or
darkness.
Can't really tell.
Can't really tell with that perception.
Looks like something black was flying around, but obviously the light went out very quickly. Hard to tell.
Does it still sound like it's spinning in a circle?
It does still sound like it is going in a
Yes,
circle
I'm
around all of you.
hearing it.
Could we like stick something out to try and see if it flies into it?
Does anybody have
What?
something long?
No.
No one has
I
their
was
10-foot
suggesting in
pole?
case someone had it.
I could maybe stick out my scimitar.
I don't think they were that close.
You can try it, but the whooshing sound will still just continue around.
You think they're friendly?
Doubt it. But why? I just don't feel good about going forward knowing there's something already flying around us.
Me to try hitting it again? I mean, I'm not sure what else to do.
Yeah, you can give it another try.
It's more asking for the party.
Yeah, give me another D100 roll. Ooh, that is much better. Now give me a perception to go along with it. Wow. Impressive. Now the question here... you will watch as, for a moment, your arrow sticks into a tall, black, kind of lanky form that looks almost sort of translucent. You can see like the light kind of passing through it, but the light slowly fades, and as it does, it looks as if your arrow kind of is like slowly falling out of it, and once the light fades, you can hear the arrow hit the ground. But you will hear once the arrow has hit it, it will begin to whisper various nonsense.
Can other people hear it too, or is it just
Everyone can hear it, and it will not stop making the noise. And
I don't know what to do, y'all.
at this
Oh,
point, I will need you all to roll initiative.
Man, I'm low on the perception checks, low on the initiative. Ugh. Hope I'm hitting big.
I hate when I can't find the thing that I want. It's this for now. This is not the correct color. I'm going to tint it.
What you're looking for is just plain old kobold, Steve.
No. No.
Just level 1 kobold. Look at that, 26. Who is that?
Me.
26, 20, 15, 8.
All right. It gets a good initiative roll. Nice. But, Eli, you will go first. It is actually, from where you were, it is probably more like here when you hit it.
Oh, okay.
It is just outside of your light range, but you still know it to be there.
I will use my steady target.
Mm-hmm. That will hit it, but it is obscured by the light. I will need you to give me another percentile roll. You want to roll high.
Percentile meaning D100.
D100, yep. That will miss. It will kind of just pass right through. Yep.
Is this a living target? Like, could I use Blood Reader to know how many hit points it has?
You can attempt to, and we'll find it does not have life. Frey. All of you can have seen it. So I need to know if any of you have knowledge religion.
No.
Or
Nope.
knowledge. Yeah, it would be knowledge religion. Oh, no, knowledge arcana. I'm sorry. It would be knowledge arcana.
Oh, I do.
I also
Tree hug type.
Not like that though.
Okay. These are shadows. Frey will know. A shadow is an incorporeal creature. Before Charles gets triggered because I'm saying it's the wrong subtype. Shadows in my world are not undead creatures. Shadows are manifested out of excessive magical energy being corrupted by pain or some other like negative influence that kind of binds them to the world. Some have called them like facets of mini chaos or facets of mini anger or evil that just kind of wander about the world. But they are largely made up of magic, not made up of the same thing that like a ghost or a specter would.
Whatever with your homemade monster.
It's the same actually as the monster. It's just different background because of the way the world is put together. But you will know, most importantly, they are incorporeal, which means that regular attacks cannot damage them. You need magic weapons in order to cause damage to them.
Shit.
But spells can affect them with a 50% success rate. You do know that the reason the arrow probably stuck in it was because it had light enchanted on it, and once the light extinguished, that's why it fell to the ground. They also will try to sap the strength from your body, and if successful, they will turn you into one of them.
Yeesh.
Basically, I can't do anything since I don't have spells.
You would need someone to make your weapon magical. But Frey, what do you want to do this round?
I will, of course, inform them of all of this. And then I will start a performance.
Okay.
Specifically inspire courage.
Yep.
I think there's something I can.
In anger, this thing will rush forward at Eli
No.
and make an attack. And crit. However, this is a touch attack and not subject to critical hits. Eli, take 4 points of strength damage as this thing runs its hand through your chest. Huh? Just strength damage, no regular damage. It runs its hand through your chest, and you can feel as it like passes across your heart. For a moment, the entirety of your body feels like it rapidly loses blood flow. Narissa.
So, could I, based on the information I have, would it be if I asked Frey to put light on my weapon? Would that?
It won't cause the weapon to be magical.
Okay.
It'll cause the weapon to like have an effect, but it won't actually cut through it. It would be more like dulling your blade almost.
Okay. And masterwork is not the same
Masterwork
as
is
having a
not magical. Yep.
Okay. Well, shoot, this is not very good for me. I guess any kind of something I can do to it. I'll just I will ask Frey on their next turn to put light on my weapon, because otherwise I don't think there's really anything I can do to it.
Al.
I'm correct in assuming that Magic Fang will not work.
Magic Fang gives your animal companion a magical enhancement bonus to their attack. And so will therefore allow Dabobe to attack it and damage it.
I will use my action to cast Magic Fang on Dabobe.
Alright, and what will Dabobe do?
Sick it.
Alright, let's see some attack rolls from Dabobe.
Hold on, I get the turn order thing in the wrong place.
Frey, can you put Magic Fang on your butterfly?
Oh my gosh, that deadliest butterfly ever, everyone.
I don't know how helpful it'll be.
Why am I not seeing? Oh, there it is. Base attack. Melee. Oh,
that will unfortunately miss.
Big
No,
old
I'm
six.
sorry, that's going to be incorrect. Can you please click on Dabobe's token and use the attack button, the attack macro? Because that does not necessarily have all the correct numbers in it.
Okay.
There we go. Oh, that's even worse. All right, well, it's a good try.
Tried.
I appreciate the effort.
Eli. There's only so much I can give you to try to help you out.
I know.
It's a little hard. Let's see. Hard to estimate how far I can move, but I'm gonna just move out of the way.
Okay.
Approximately my move. Double move.
Indeed. Frey.
Do creatures summoned with Summon Nature's Ally count as magical, or are they just regular?
I believe not. Unless you have one of the things that gives you the ability to summon them with a template on them. It's like if they were like specifically celestial or dealt elemental damage.
Okay.
And you're doing nature's ally, not monster.
Did you summon elemental badgers?
No, I cannot.
No.
This is very helpful.
Yeah, none of them. They don't do the fire beetle. Yeah, the fire beetle doesn't actually deal fire damage. So.
Then I will just put light on Marissa's blade, like she asked, and
Okay.
continue my performance.
All right. This will this will actually keep its attention on Eli, and it will fly past everyone. Dabobe can make a bite attempt on it as it flies towards Eli.
All right. I'm looking forward to another 4.
Oh my god. That is not how this is supposed to work.
It's a countdown.
Hold on though. We need to change one thing on Dabobe, I think.
Everything?
Is Dabobe supposed to have a 7 strength?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. I didn't realize they were.
It's. I looked
Oh
up
no, you're there. I see what's wrong. You don't have Dex though set up as its attack condition.
Oh.
So I will configure that real quick. Under the configuration page, down at the bottom for melee ability, there's dexterity.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Because you took agile maneuvers for it, so
Oh.
that will help a lot with that. So now it will attack at an additional +3 on each of its rolls. It wouldn't have helped any of those attacks, but it might help the next
3 and
one.
4 is particularly awful. Yeah.
Does Narissa want to make an attack on it? An attack of opportunity on it?
Yes, I'll try. I don't. Do I roll my macro?
Yeah, make
or...
your attack. Make your macro attack roll.
All right.
Yeah, as it moves past you, you'll feel your blade like stop as it hits it. But that will also cause it to glance at you for a moment as it takes its swing at Eli. Does an 8 hit Eli?
My AC? No.
Your touch AC?
No.
Okay. Narissa.
So it didn't look like that did any
It
damage?
has, like, turned towards you, but no, it does not look like it did any damage.
Alright.
It only did strength damage on the first one anyway, which I'm assuming Cure Serious can't help.
It cannot help. No.
Alright, I'm gonna attempt to attack again.
Alright. Yeah, you land another blow into it, but again, it kind of stops as it gets into it and pushes back as the light disappears, or sort of like continues through as the light disappears. But it is fully looking at you now.
Oh boy.
Al.
All right. Well, that was a big. That's nothing. Ugh. Looking through my spells now.
And I hate that I wasted my breath weapon. Well, I didn't waste it, but you know.
Thank you.
What?
For the reminder.
Oh.
Al and Debobe.
But the Bobe's gonna fight. I'm.
All right.
Yeah, nothing. Wow, nothing at all. Okay. So
Hit
we'll,
Debobe, click Debobe, and then click the attack macro. Oh my god! That literally went 3, 2, 1. Any spells from Al?
I have nothing but buff spells.
Okay.
So if anybody needs like resistance.
So you're aware. You know how Magic Fang works, right?
Yeah.
So Magic Fang affects unarmed strikes as well.
Yeah, but I'm not a spontaneous caster.
Ah, okay. Well, that part doesn't matter because we're using spell points.
Oh, okay, yeah, then I will. Okay, thank you. That's a very good point. I'll cast Magic Fang on myself and give it a punch.
All right. Well, you can only cast the Magic Fang. Then you can move in. You can't
next round,
cast a
I'll
spell.
cast Magic Fang. Am I engaged? Okay.
You are now engaged, yeah.
Okay.
Eli, it looks like its attention has fallen away from you.
That's handy. So, but still wouldn't help see attack because it's not magical. What else to do?
Want to try to shoot it?
I don't have anything magical. So, no.
All right. Frey.
So in order to use my breath weapon without hitting anyone, I'd have to basically go far enough behind. big is the breath weapon attack?
It is a 15-foot cone. You can maneuver as needed.
Okay, then I will maneuver to a space where I'm not gonna hit anyone else with it.
Yep.
And try and use my breath weapon on it.
It will make a reflex save, and you will get, I forget how many d4s of damage. D6s, I forget if it's d4s or d6s.
It says it deals 2d6.
Alright. So roll me 2d6. It will fail its reflex, so. It will take half of that, but it will still take it.
And can I also continue my performance?
You can. It will go, and it will turn its attention to Frey and rush Frey.
Great.
Debobe and Al, you can take attacks of opportunity, as can Narissa if she wishes to.
Wonderful. I can't wait to miss.
The Falchion will once again embed, and it will look at you as it makes its swing into Frey. Al, please use your macro. When you click on your token, the macro is always accurate.
Okay, so first we're going to do my my power hitter.
Yep. That is a hit. Click the damage button. Ooh.
I'm using my fist though, right?
Yes, you are. So here, that will hit. So roll me a d3 plus 1.
My favorite dice. Ooh!
Nice. Maximum damage. In that, it takes its attack at Frey. Frey does a 10 hit your touch AC.
No.
All right. Narissa.
All right. I guess I am going. Oh, was it a 5-foot move or was that? No, that was more because I got the AO. Okay.
Yep.
I'm just going to go up to it and continue trying to attack it.
All right. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
I will activate my rage.
Okay.
So let's see.
Oh yeah, it will most certainly stare at you. Al.
All right. Using the fact that we are a team, we have the teamwork feats, and we have the flanking. I'm going to move us 2 into position.
Okay.
Hopefully this doesn't get us killed. I spent 2 feats on this fucking maneuver.
Hold on. That is your flanking, so you get +2.
There's
Yeah.
also music.
And it charged and music, so that will hit.
Wonderful. Wow.
And that will also hit. Roll me the D3 +1 for you, and the damage for Debobe.
Debobe's trying, but it's technically a 2.
It's 3 total.
3 total.
Whoops.
Oh,
Slash in the wrong space, in the wrong spot.
Why don't they have a D3 function? They're fired.
Would be nice. Oh, you are rolling max though, so +1 more. Oh yeah, this thing is starting to like break into pieces as these cuts
Hyena
happen.
teamwork, go.
Eli, they seem to be doing a good enough job. Wait, what teamwork feats did you take, Charles?
Well, I took. Actually, the teamwork feat doesn't apply here. Mine all count as shot. I have flank, which allows me to. I have attack and flank, which allows me to maneuver him into her. Fuck.
It's okay. It's an animal.
Yeah.
I don't think it's offended.
Okay. Which means that they will always know how to automatically go into the.
Gotcha.
What's it called?
Yeah, in a flank.
Yeah.
Okay. Eli.
I am gonna just keep cheering them on.
All right, Frey.
And also say if anybody has any diplomacy options, I can always try that too.
I do have a spell for diplomacy.
How do we get diplomatic with a shadow?
With an angry, vengeful force of arcane energy.
Also, maybe we should have tried that before if we were gonna do it.
It's a little
Yeah,
late. We've
but-
engaged in combat. You know what I
Frey,
mean? I
what
feel
you
like-
doing?
What's the one thing that bards can do where they like give people like
Aid
a
another.
bonus? Can I?
That's not a thing that bards can do. That's a thing anything can do.
Oh,
But yes, you can attempt to aid. That is a melee attack roll.
and I can do that with keeping up my performance.
Yep.
All right then. I
Need to
will
hit
do
DC
that.
10.
I would recommend
Success.
aiding the actual damage dealers.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
she would have to because she's adjacent to Debobe. All right. I think technically Charles dealt more damage, so it will attack Al.
Damn! I feel special.
You won't be when I deal some strength damage to you.
I know. I'm so weak.
21 to hit
Yeah,
versus
we are.
touch. For 2 points of strength damage.
Ouch. Ouch.
Nerissa.
I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I know
fine.
it's not helping, but
Ow.
Oops. Shit.
That does hit it, and it would focus on you unless it takes some more damage. Alan Debobe.
All right. We'll go with the Aina power first.
Yep. That was you, but that's okay. That will hit. Or wait, hold on.
I'm at a
Two,
-1.
3. Yeah, that will miss. So, but the bite will hit.
All right.
Why does it hit the damage button again? I don't understand why that happens sometimes.
Huh?
Why did it just...
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, are you clicked on Debobe?
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah, you have to
know
be
what?
clicked on Debobe when you push the damage button. There.
Okay.
That's why.
Yeah.
There we go.
2 points again.
Yep. That's because that negative strength.
I know. She's doing her best.
Still looking pretty bad. Eli. Give it a hug.
Yeah, no, I think I'm just gonna stay where I'm at.
All right, Frey.
I'm resting the shadow, Eli.
Frey.
Yeah. I will just continue the performance and attempt to aid the Bobwig.
All right. Ooh. Well, no, with your bardic performance, that will succeed.
Hooray.
Uh,
Good job, me.
It will now turn its attention to Debobe.
Ah, this is horrible.
So we
I
need
already-
more strength damage, more negative strength for Debobe.
Oh, I know. So,
20 to hit Debobe.
yeah, we know it.
Strength damage for everybody. 4 points of strength damage to Debobe.
Holy shit.
Debobe is at half her strength.
Oof. Wow.
Nerissa.
Oof.
I have no choice but to just keep doing what I'm doing.
Yep. It still works
And-
if the other two happen to miss.
As I'm attacking, Norris is frustrated. And she's just like, why Is everything come back to magic? She's pissed off. that is very.
That causes you, as you like swing, you just swing your scimitar into the ground. Al and Debobe.
The strength bunch.
That is a successful bite.
That's a hell of a bite.
It is. Remember to click on Debobe when you click the damage button.
Well, it's going to be 1 anyway.
Yeah, it is going to be 1 because you're -3 at this, or -4 at this point. So.
Yeah. So.
This thing is still there, but it doesn't seem like it is grasping onto much left of existence. But unfortunately, that will not do the trick. Eli.
Just gonna keep hanging out. Nobody is injured in anything but strength, right?
Correct. Frey.
Keeping up the performance and trying to aid another again.
Yep. Success. Alright, it will take another swing at Debobe.
Oh, Lord.
14 versus touch on Debobe. I think that will miss, right?
That will miss.
Alright.
Ooh.
Narissa.
Still mad. Still doing my thing.
Oh, it'll hit, so it could matter. Debobe and Al. Debobe will hit with that from the aid. And the flank. And Al is +2, +1, +1. Al will hit as well. Debobe deals 1. Yep.
And there's no way to trip.
And Al will finish it off. It will fade out of existence.
I would not have predicted my characters to be the ones to be dealing so much damage in a nickel and dime manner.
Teamwork makes it happen, right?
Makes the dream work.
Yeah, I'm concerned about the strength damage that we have taken by this point.
Oh, so much strength damage.
That is concerning because we are not even very far into it yet.
Well, it was only about roughly 3 hours to get here, so you could go back and heal if you wanted to, and then come right back to it. But you know you have to be out of here by the time darkness falls.
How long do we have?
Damage?
There are still several more hours before darkness will fall. You still have about 70% of the day left.
What do you think? Do you want to press on and see what awaits us?
The other thing is, if there are more of these, we'll have the same exact problem, and it could just get worse from here.
We need offensive magic.
Or magical weapons or something.
It costs quite a bit to put magic on weapons, but we could get an estimate, I suppose. I don't feel that we're prepared enough for this, but who knew that we would be fighting actual shadows?
No, it's reasonable. I'm just trying to buy magical weapons.
So do you all think we should keep going or go back?
Well,
I'm not the party leader.
I say we go
back. Oh my god, that doesn't mean your opinion doesn't matter.
It 100% means that.
No.
Narissa just kind of, I know that.
Team.
I know that Eli can't see, but Narissa just kind of makes a face like that's exactly what that means.
Yeah, the head man of the village is the head man of the village. You know, we all offer our opinion, but they say what goes.
My vote is that we go back.
All right, let's go back.
So do we get a vote or do we not? I'm confused.
You can vote.
But you said my vote wouldn't matter?
It's not like actual democracy.
But she's not the leader of the team.
I assume I only have one vote, even though I have a companimal, so I am for going back. Because we've already taken a bunch of strength damage and we're already weak as it is.
How could we heal strength damage?
Lesser restoration.
We'd have to pay for that.
Yes, or days of rest.
Well, yeah, we don't have time for that. Could we even pay for that? Like, I only have 13 gold, I think.
Each casting of lesser restoration will run you... That's annoying. Whoop, that's wrong.
Ooh.
We're not. I don't have the gold for it.
Why did that end up that high? Is it not too... Oh, that's why. You gotta do this on them when you do that. 150 gold each.
But that gives you back 1 point, correct?
That gives you back 1d4 points of strength.
Okay, so I got 350 on me.
I have roughly 300 gold.
If we want to spend the gold to get that casted on us, that's fine.
Well, I guess we have to choose between that and magic weapons. I guess, know how much those cost. I'm guessing that would probably be more expensive than we could afford right now.
I said we just go forward and die.
How much would a wand be?
Wands are 300. Well, it depends on what the wand is.
So, something like magic missiles or something?
A wand of magic missile that no one in the party can use?
I mean,
Yeah,
I have used
don't
magic
have it.
device.
Okay, so you could one in every... What's your use magic device check? I just want to make sure you're being realistic about this as you're deciding that this is what you want to spend the gold on.
I have 1 rank in it, so it's a total of 3 in use magic device.
Okay, and to use a wand, you need... Make sure...
Is it 10 plus the spell level?
Hold on. To... Damn it, why...
John says DC 20.
That's what I thought I remembered. But for some reason, Use Magic Device took me to a page that didn't have what I was looking for. Yeah, it's DC 20.
Wow, we had so many people that could use magic device in our last party.
We were an all-caster party, so that made more sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably not realistic.
Yeah, you would have a 15% chance of success. And a 5% chance of not being able to use it for the remainder of the day.
And a magic weapon is some thousand amount of gold, right?
Correct. Well, you can go back to town, either way, and heal up your damage and ask about how much it would be for a magic weapon. Or perhaps there are other people you could let know about these things.
Yeah, sure. Rhyme.
But yeah, you guys can make your way out. You'll notice that once again, the opening will get wide as you come towards it. And you can leave. You make your way back to the city.
Shucks.
What is your plan first when you arrive in town?
Well, I think we should, I think our team leader, I'm saying this without any kind of should make a report of what we encountered and that we probably will need magical weapons to deal with whatever's going on in that cave. And then those of us who got strength whammied should probably go get that taken care of. That way, first thing in the morning, we can head
No,
out.
we have to do it today.
What's that?
We have to do
We
it
have
today.
to do it before sundown today.
As you're coming back into town, can I get some perception checks from everybody as well? Nerissa, you notice that there are, and Al, you both notice that there are people that are like dressed in night outfits that are kind of laughing and pointing at you guys as you pass by.
Night outfits?
Yeah, they are knights like you guys. They're
Oh.
But they are for some reason laughing and pointing at you.
I just pretend like I don't see anything.
Do either of you have gauge?
Let's see. I think no, I do not.
Let me see. But I don't think I do. I do not.
Okay.
I feel like Nerissa would just assume that people are laughing at her anyway, and just is used to pretending like
I'm gonna
she
go up
doesn't
and
see
ask
anything.
them what's so funny. Not in a rude way.
Yeah. They'll look you up and down. Didn't you get a promotion?
Yes.
Why are you wearing that shit? What are you, stupid? I wouldn't be caught dead if I had your job. I'm sorry, you're my commander. That's why you're running around here like I am.
I look at the rest of my party, like, cool with ass, what? Huh.
Great. More and more. Every new one of you ends up more and more dense.
More and more dense?
Yeah, more and more dense. You just don't get it. You don't even understand what dense means. Where do they find you people
Just
from?
kind of had me there. Yeah.
We don't have time to talk with them. We should continue on.
Okay. Let's go get that strength charges.
Yeah, goodbye, knights.
Bye.
All right. See you later.
These guys are like... They're making them dumber or something? Yeah. So where are you off to?
I guess a temple to get restored, right?
Temple first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't we wanna
You
go
guys
to
can
mine
arrive
first?
at the temple.
Well,
Okay.
so you guys could go to the temple and I could go talk to Ryan.
Okay. Yeah, the three of you can head to the temple, and Frey, you can head to see Rhyme.
Eli, if there's something you'd like to do, I don't want to speak for your character.
I mean, I have strength damage also. I just don't have any money to pay for.
You
Shit.
will
Well-
get as knights, you will get a discount at the temple.
Yay!
The discount will take the cost of each individual casting of Lesser Restoration down to 100 gold.
Yeah, I mean, I still have 13 gold, so it does not change it for me.
All right, so how many are you down, Eli?
I'm down 4 points of strength.
All right, so let's
Focus on you and Debobe first.
well, let's do Debobe first, the most important party member.
Okay. So this will be 100 gold for the first one,
Okay.
and heal 3 from Debobe.
How many
Do we want to
strength
send me
damage
out
did-
with just one strength?
How many strength points did Debobe lose?
4.
Oh, only 4? I thought it was more.
No, it was 4.
No, I think you should take one for yourself as well.
I'd like to spend the next 100 and do Eli. I have a feeling this is going to be a high roll.
I am... Nope, I think none of you... What's the highest intel across the party, just to make sure before I make this roll?
I
I have
have
a
10.
I
Freya's
have
probably
a
the
10.
highest, right?
Okay, that's what I thought, so this is fine. Eli, heal 4. Lose another 100 gold. Make sure you're down 200 total so far.
Did I do something wrong? Or?
No, I think you did what your characters would do. I think that it's not strategically advantageous what was chosen, but
Okay.
only because Eli is a bowman, and bowmen don't deal strength with their attacks unless they have a composite bow. But that's something that I don't feel like your characters would have comprehended.
All right, and then my 300 then is going to go for
Last one on you or last one on Debobe?
Debobe has 1, Al has 2. And he's a bowman. Let's do it on Debobe.
Al uses a spear, not a bow.
Yeah. Let's do it on Al then.
Okay. Another 4.
Wow, those are some good rolls.
They were.
Thanks, Al.
Frey, you arrive, ask for an audience with Rhyme. You will get a very swift audience with Rhyme. You're back quickly, hopefully with good news, or at least progress.
Somewhat. We've discovered what the problem is.
Which is?
The creatures that are in there are shadows, and therefore cannot be hit with non-magical weapons.
And why do you not have magical weapons?
We haven't had the money to get magical weapons.
I suppose that I may have made a slight fault, though I would assume that people would know that with every rank comes a change in gear. Please inform your companions. I know you would not be aware of this, and I should have noticed it when they came in, but I figured they just hadn't geared up yet. Please inform your companions that there are Templar level accoutrements available for each of them.
I will make sure to do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that why everybody was laughing at us? Because we were wearing
That is why everyone is laughing at you, because here rolls in 3 Templars wearing like the regular old unshiny regular ass night gear.
Fair enough.
I mean, you weren't told. To your like benefit, you'd skip the squire process. This isn't me punishing you guys. This is me seeing if we would roleplay this into the way I hoped it would go and getting maximum entertainment, as none of you thought, I wonder if we get new gear at this level. Or at this, realm. So Frey can come back, find you guys, and let you know that Templar get new gear.
Huh. I wish I had thought of that. Let's go get some new gear.
Do any of you currently have magical armor or magical weapon?
I have a magical +1 breastplate.
Okay. And you spent some of your money on that?
I believe it was like party funds were spent on that,
Okay.
Or it was the last time that we were allowed to gear up or whatever.
Yeah.
That we got.
You will be given a writ equal to 1,000 gold to basically pay you for the armor that you have now.
Oh, okay.
For each of us, or for the?
No, if you have magical armor.
Oh, okay.
If you do not, you will now have armor, so you can raise your current armor to +1, and you can raise your weapon to +1.
Sorry, where do we put the +1?
Under your weapon description, when you thing, when you open it, there is the masterwork bonus, and then there is the magic bonus. So your magic bonus will now be +1. You hit the little cog next to your weapon.
Oh, I'm just confused because my armor is in my AC items.
Your armor is, yes. There you'll just add 1 to your AC.
That's what I meant. Okay.
Okay. I thought you said your weapon. And then for your weapon, under the magic bonus segment, you'll put the +1 there as well.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey! I feel so much better now.
The three of you, shortly after you gear up, will get a message in your heads from Rhyme. Rhyme will say, "It's important that all of you know, hopefully by now Frey has informed you, with every step up in your current status, we will take care of the bare essentials for each of you. Weapon and armor."
I will just
Very
say
well.
thank you.
Respond to those messages.
You can do a short reply to them.
Thanks, Rhyme. No, sorry. Thanks, Justicar.
Grand Justicar.
Grand Justica.
Grand Justicar.
Let's
Yeah.
go back out there.
And the four of you can set back out.
How many hours approximately do we have until sunset?
You have about half the day left.
Ugh.
And let's see if something's waiting when you arrive.
A unicorn.
Certainly is. I get a perception check from everybody. A little bit wrong.
It's a puppy.
It's just a nice little doggy. It's a little doggo hanging out outside.
Yeah,
Nothing
the
to worry
doggo
about.
has
It's
rabies,
just a random
right?
dog.
Ooh. Nice
We don't
timing,
roll
John.
low.
Nice timing.
Oh no, what did he do?
So as you guys come up, Al and Narissa, from a bit of a distance, let me see if they see you back. You'll notice there's like a small, a very large group of dwarf-looking creatures that are hanging out near this mound. Some of them are like picking a little bit at this like hole in the ground, like trying to figure out what it is. But there are like giant wound marks on them, blood like dripping from their backs, from their sides, and they all look very tired.
What do you think?
Somebody should talk to them. Somebody who has the talking skills.
Who's got the skills? Who's got the skills for the talkity talk?
I
Me.
could talk to them.
All right, we'll be prepared in case anything goes down.
All right. Frey, you go walking up to them, and one of them will eventually spot you. And look to you. They all kind of like put their hands on their hammers that are kind of laying on the ground. They reach out, grab hold of them, but one of them turns and looks to you. "What are you here for? To finish us off?"
No, I actually came over to see if you were alright.
"We're doing fine. We're still very strong."
Are you sure?
"We could all take you out if we needed to."
Do you need any help with anything?
"Supposedly there was a cave somewhere around here. But, somebody had to have gotten the notes wrong. Need to get back. Can't find a cave."
Huh. They're real, right?
Are they real?
You could will to disbelieve the sight in front of you.
Sorry to hear you couldn't find your cave.
Not our cave. Just a cave. Somewhere around here. We got lost for a while. Lost
you
in
make it
this bright,
outside?
miserable, hot area.
Good.
Turned around. Trees are terrible things. They don't cut down easy. Hammers don't do a great job felling one of them.
What are you looking for the cave for?
Need to get home. Tired.
Home is in a cave?
Home is near a cave.
Oh. What injured you?
But a cave could take us there. A number of things. We've had to fight down a lot. Just here to take a short rest from the heat. So cool here. Soothing.
We're going to a cave. Do you want us to show you where we're going?
Ah, now that would be most helpful.
I don't think that we have the time for that. We should let them go back to the town.
Nonsense. We're not. If there's a cave nearby, that will make things easier for us.
Can I do a knowledge geography to see if I know of a cave that's nearby that's not
Yeah,
this one?
you absolutely can.
Why wouldn't we want dwarven warriors?
That is a good knowledge geography. Now, give me a knowledge history to go along with that. Okay. You know that there is a cave quite a ways east from here, besides the one that you're standing above. You remember that cave had some sort of like historical significance, but it's just not coming to mind what it was. Like, people have talked about that cave before. There's something interesting about the cave, but you're like, you know, it was one of those things like you remember hearing about, but the details just never sounded quite interesting, I guess. But you know it's important, and you know there's something about it. And based on the fact that they said they went through the forest, you know they probably came from the east then.
Why can't these guys come with us?
Because we're on a mission. We're not supposed to have people.
We'll be
with
happy
us.
to help you.
Were we specifically told not to bring people with us?
I didn't think at this point that it needed telling. We're not supposed to discuss our work with anybody.
Are we discussing it with them if they follow us?
We just need into the cave. If you know a cave around here, that cave will likely lead us home.
If somebody else has got a better idea.
I guess we could use them as bait.
I don't like the use of that word. We'll not be bait for you. We'll slay you all if you think you have any chance of using us as bait.
There's a cave to the east of here.
To the east? Which way is the east?
I'll point in whatever direction it is.
You want us to walk blindly to the east without a map or some other knowledge of where this cave is? You're sending us to die, perhaps. Do you know what creatures exist in those trees? Even the trees sometimes try to eat you.
I can't, like, draw them a map, can I?
You don't have a good enough example of that. Your geography score was not, like, you know, in the 30s, where you can just, like, quickly scribe a map for them of, like, where it is.
Photographer's school tools and starts drawing a detailed map.
Yeah.
Then you want to pass this ridge through the saddle and find a cave right there. Cave mouth right there. Well, kind dwarves, you've been very entertaining. We must get onto our mission. I am going to head forward, and the rest of the party can do what it needs to do, because I don't know if this is a secret mission or not, but I don't think we can stop these dwarves from doing whatever they want to do.
Well, I'll follow with you.
All right, there we go.
We'll all share in the experience of going through this cave.
Are any of you named like Gimli or Blothirin or anything like that?
We'll not be sharing names with you.
Oh, wow. Okay, fair enough.
We've heard what wizards can do with name.
Who's a wizard?
One of you probably is. Wizards everywhere. Everywhere, I tell you.
Fair enough.
Alright, so where is this cave?
Does Al know dwarves other than the occasional one in the city?
No. I mean, this would be real different for Al, because, like, dwarves, the only dwarves you've seen are dwarves that have gotten accustomed to the city. So they, like, might live in more stone houses on average, but outside of that, like, anything else is just weird stereotypes that don't make any sense, you know? People keep calling them cave dwellers, or, like, you know, keep making comments about how all the women have beards, but outside of that, like, anything else is just weird, stereotype things.
Have you guys got any ale on you? I hear you guys carry ale all the time. Is that right or no?
We're out in the middle of the wild. We're not gonna carry some ale on us. Besides,
I'll make that a note that is not correct. I'll put down later on when if we get back up. But dwarves aren't just carrying ale. Tell Matt, what's the name of my dumbass roommate?
Alan.
Alan, thank you.
Alec does not know what the fuck he is talking about.
All right, are you all pressing on, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get going.
All right, the cave will open, and as it does, the dwarves will all step back and look on in awe as it opens wide. You guys can once again come up to the stone wall, and understanding how it works, that there is some sort of element that you need. Does anybody have spark?
I do have spark.
Okay, you can use spark as well to trigger the thing. When you spark it, it will seize up and unlock.
Nice.
I'll give you that one as a freebie because all of you have used your breath weapons.
So much breath weaponing.
But you can all head in, and the cave will close behind you once you get a ways in. You can come around the right to where the shadow once was. And the dwarves will comment on, it's an unusually dark cave. Somewhat ominous.
Oh, my arrows didn't change, just my actual weapon, right? So I don't need to...
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, we were noticing that.
Well, lead the way. We don't know where we're going.
And neither do we. So forward it is.
All right. You can head forward quite a ways. There are a few alcoves. I'm sorry. There is... Look at what the light radius would be. Yeah. You can head forward, and the area you'll see like the wall kind of open. You'll pass a wall, and the wall will kind of open up to the left. And if you go straight far enough, you'll reach a point where you can see there is a wall. Oh, actually, you guys have 60 feet dark vision, don't you? Yeah. So as you're passing by there, you'll notice there's also an alcove to the west of where the shadow was. So you can either go straight or go check out the alcove.
What do you want to do?
West is in where?
I'm sorry. Not west. I'm sorry. For you, because you guys don't have orientation down here. Quite proper. Things kind of bend. So to you, this would be to the left. There is an alcove. To the left of where the shadow was, there is an alcove. So to help you out here, I'll put the shadow back down here. Yeah, this will be where the shadow was, and there's a little alcove.
I think we need to check every potential place out.
Let's go.
Let's
go alcoving.
All right, you can check out the alcove, and there you will find a small pile of bodies.
Oof.
within those bodies, though, you will find all of this.
Wow.
Hokey smokes.
Ignore the horde total part. Sorry. I used a random generator for the encounters. Well, random-ish generator.
So do we have that 779 or not?
That's what the total would have been. You ignore the horde total part. That's what everything adds up to if you were to sell it all off at full value.
Does somebody want to pack this on now? What do we want to do?
I would say would there be any kind of like superstition about looting bodies or stealing
No,
from
especially
the dead,
not amongst the dragons. What hordes you find are yours to keep.
Okay.
The nobles, in fact, the family seal that you find that is amongst the things is the crest of the it's Winter Song, right? Wintress.
Wintress.
The Wintress family.
Okay. I will carry this for now. We can examine it whenever we return.
Okay.
I mean, we should probably grab the scrolls, realistically.
If any of you want those scrolls, go for it.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to carry them for selling back later.
All right.
If we're not doing too bad, let's come back and get the gems. If not, we'll leave those behind. Well, they don't weigh that much.
Yeah, and I can carry them. I just need a moment. I'm adding.
Okay.
All right. Then the party can press on forward. You'll reach a point where turning left is your only option.
Turning left.
As you continue on forward, can I get perception checks from everyone?
The dwarves are still behind us, right?
They are indeed.
I hope they so damage for us. Which one am I doing? Perception?
Perception.
Get it together, Charles.
All right. Yeah, you'll notice that there are like Narissa and Al. You'll notice that as you come around this corner and start making your way down, perched in the darkness, Al, you'll hear the sound of kind of like a grumbled, almost barking noise. And Narissa, you'll see them. A bunch of these small kind of reptilian creatures that are about, say, 2.5 to 3 feet tall on average, have a white sort of scale tone to them. And are kind of like trying to stay hidden as best they can.
Oh, really? Huh?
I will point them out.
Reptile guys living underground, huh?
Yeah.
I will nudge Frey and point them out to see if they know what they are.
Frey, this will be a knowledge local. These are kobolds. These are the weakest of Rhyme's children. Theoretically, they're white draconids of some sort, but these are referred to as kobolds as they are sort of the furthest outside of the bloodline, or they're meshed with something sloppy like goblins or gnomes or halflings or some other like weird things that just create these very ineffective sort of like mentally challenged creatures.
Do we engage with them or leave them alone?
I would say leave them alone unless they attack us.
What are you seeing? One of the dwarves will lean in, hearing you talking.
Kobolds.
What the hell is a kobold?
Wait, you're a dwarf? Oh, sorry. My character wouldn't know that. My character would have no way of knowing that.
Wait, what?
And, D&D kobold dwarves know kobolds and goblins very well.
Oh.
But this is not the standard universe.
Yeah, so I don't know that.
They're very weak dragon types.
Then we slay them.
I mean, they're very weak. We don't really need to slay them.
Nonsense.
Unless they're aggressive towards us.
They are in a place they do not belong. This is not a place for the reptile creatures. We slay them.
Let's just leave them alone.
We're allowing one of this kind to be here right now, and they look at Frey.
Hey, we helped you get in here. You gotta be nice.
That's true, and we are being nice. But the rest of them shouldn't be staying here.
Ray, you wanna work that diplomacy of yours?
And why don't you tell them to leave yourself?
We will. And they'll
With
pick
your
up their
words.
hammers. We should tell you to leave yourself. With our... And he, slaps his hammer against his hand. Words. I call this one... Words.
Sure you do.
Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we drive them out of our home?
Because this
Yeah,
isn't
this is
your
your
home. This
home.
is a cave.
The caves are our home.
You couldn't even get in here without our help.
That doesn't make it yours.
It doesn't make it yours either.
Don't we have
I think
we have a big bad monster at the end of this tunnel? So let's all save our strength and clear that person out, and then if we're all alive, we can deal with the.
What is a big bad monster?
That's why we're not attacking anything now, because we don't know what it is.
Oh, that's very strange that you already know what's in this cave. Yet you didn't know these things were here.
Well, a previous adventuring party never came back.
Oh. Well. You think maybe these things did it?
Nah.
No.
Yeah.
If they couldn't handle kobolds, then they wouldn't have been sent here in the first place.
Alright, then I'll say we'll save our strength if what you say be true. Yeah, and you guys can press on by. The kobolds will not bother you. They will try to keep to themselves, hidden against the walls.
They're doing that statue thing where they're holding still. You can't see me.
As you get further, though, you'll notice the walls kind of start to close in into a merely 5x5 gap.
Ooh. Lightning bolt. We go forward, right?
You gonna pass through? In what order?
I'd like to be in the middle somewhere.
Okay. Who's going first?
I guess I'll go first.
Okay, and who is second?
I think the dwarves should go second. They're hardened warriors.
I think they should all go behind us.
I think if there's a breath weapon, it should be on the dwarves before the
All
party.
right. The dwarves will go in second. Who goes in third?
I will. Because I'm still intrigued by the dwarves. They have magnificent beards, right? I assume.
Okay. Who goes in fourth?
Next.
Okay. So Frey goes in last?
Sure.
Frey, before you go in, there will be a tug at your shirt. In Draconic, you will hear, "Thank you. Don't let them
You're
kill
welcome.
us.
Aww.
Tell Mother that we're ready. We're ready. We've been here for so long.
Oh no.
Tell Mother we're ready.
Well,
Yeah, and you can continue on forward. As you get inside, there is a bit of dim light that you can see in a couple of different directions. Way out ahead of you, if you were to go straight forward, there is a very dim light on a wall, probably about 100 feet or more ahead of you. Hard to judge the distance in this kind of darkness, but you can see this soft, faint light. In this small area around you, there are a number of these small candles that also have a dim light to them, and the flame on the candle does not seem to decay in any way, and the candles do not seem to have any wax dripped on the ground beneath them. And each of them illuminate these long tapestries that are up against the wall. Each of them depicting some kind of freakish creature. It almost looks like... can somebody give me a knowledge arcana, actually? Or a knowledge nature?
Oh, now nature.
Yeah. Arcana and nature.
well,
Ugh. 8. I don't know shit.
Okay. Yeah, so Frey will knock both of these out of the park. Frey, you'll notice that these are, at first, like, a person who knows the wild would see them as, like, anatomy drawings. They're charts designed to tell you, like, where parts of the body are from somebody extracting them. But what becomes a little more clear to you as you're looking at these things is that it's not an anatomy drawing, it's in assembly instructions.
Ooh.
You notice that, like, these aren't creatures that you've ever seen before. These are, like, bits and pieces of other monsters as you're kind of looking this thing over. You recognize that, like, it has the like, chest of an Umber Hulk. It has, like, the head of a spider. And the instructions that are listed there are like how you would use a combination of magic and the natural understanding of their body to sort of assemble these creatures together to create these monsters.
Oof.
And the Durgar will look on in disgust at these things. The hell kind of things are these?
Abominations, surely.
And we are going to engage them in combat.
I would agree. Never wish to see one of these things in my life.
You just jinxed us, didn't you?
All right.
These things must be worth a fortune, though. Look at the detail. He'll reach up and he'll, like, put his hand on it and sort of pull against it. Fine fabric as well. This is one of those things those little Nancys would make.
Nancy's?
Yes. Nancys. It's a name for particularly weak women in our tribe. We call them Nancys. But here I'm referring to an elf. Those pointy-eared little Nancys that can't handle anything.
They seem alright, but okay.
An elf is an irresponsible, worthless creature.
I mean, the only elf we know is not a very nice person, so...
Yeah, best to get rid of it.
I forgot what we're looking for, guys.
However, this could be of some value. You're leading the way, so if you want to take it, it's yours. If you won't, though, we're going to. It's ours if you won't. We'll call it a fair deal for you leading us down here.
I will ask Frey if she's using detect magic.
I could.
You can cast detect magic. This tapestry is not magical.
Oh. Yeah,
There-
sure. Oh, go ahead.
How many of them are there?
There are 4 tapestries. Each one depicting a different creature that you have never seen before.
Fantastic beasts and where to find them.
Do you think we should bring one back to show Rhyme, or do you think we should just tell her about them?
Why don't we just take them all?
We're here to find pieces of the keys, right? The components that go with the key.
There's one of 3 different items that are somehow put on a person that will be incredibly magical that you'll find.
Yeah, we just don't know what they are.
I would not think it was the tapestries. If you guys feel it is, if not, I mean,
No, that was why I asked. That's why I asked Frey to detect magic, was to
Yeah,
see
Oh,
if
I
they were
it's the
magical.
tapestry 'cause it's not magical, but it might
How
have other
heavy
interest.
are these things?
They each weigh about 10 pounds.
10 pounds.
Yes.
But if this is like some underground important thing that Rhyme should know about.
I'll tell the dwarves we'll take 1 tapestry and they can have 3.
I will sell these off quickly. You're very fair and generous. And do any of you speak, I'll have to look at your languages. I don't want to give it away.
no Dwarven.
How many of you have extra languages?
I do not.
Sure. No,
You think I
have
do?
Halfling and common.
So they speak a language amongst each other that you know is not Dwarven, but you are unfamiliar with the language. Do you have any ranks in linguistics?
No.
Okay. So you are not sure at all what it is, but you know that none of the words are Dwarven words.
I will quietly mention this specifically to my group.
Okay. From this room, there is a way that goes north. I'm sorry, there's a way that goes right and a way that goes straight.
Want to go right?
Yeah, we could, and then if it's a dead end, we can always circle back.
Sounds good to me. What do you think, team leader?
That's fine with me.
All right. As you start heading right, the path will fork, just slightly, either going straight-ish. It goes straight but bends a little to the left, or you can go right.
Shit.
Hooray.
I guess go right.
Okay, go right. Yeah.
All right.
All
As
right.
you go right,
All right.
you'll start to travel forward a ways. And can I get everyone to just roll me an initiative check? It's not
All right.
combat. It's not combat. Just roll me an initiative check.
Dang it. I keep just painting my character.
I don't know why I can't. No. There he is. Sorry, everyone. 6.
All right. So, Al, can I get a reflex save from you then?
You can.
And probably Debobe, because Debobe usually is close to you, right?
Yep. We hang
All right.
out.
That's useful.
Oh, there it is.
All right. Each of you will take half of 2 damage. As a small, stream of fire shoots up from some rocks.
Ow! Ouch.
But as you kind of like get hit with this burst of fire, it provides a little bit of illumination in the room, which makes like something clear to both Rhyme or to both Frey and Narissa. The things that are coming down from the ceiling that at first you thought might be stalactites are actually like bodies that have like of some kind of creature that have masks on the front of them.
Well, that's terrifying. Does any of my arcane knowledge tell me what these things might be? No.
No, but they are like held in a position that they're like very like long and thin, so they're bound in a way. They have to be bound in a way if they look like this much like a stalactite.
They're not like alive, right?
They have masks on, and it's dark.
We don't know.
It's very dark, and they're each like quite a ways up into the ceiling or up in the air, so it is hard to tell.
Do we see any detail on the masks?
Not without more light. Your light you can try to get up, but it just gets to like the bottom edge of the mask, and you'll notice that the masks are a dark color, maybe a purple or a blue or a deep red. Maybe if there was some kind of light that was up there, it'd be easier to tell.
You'd shoot an arrow up there with light on it.
Yeah, you fire an arrow upward, and you can see that the masks are a sort of purplish and red color. The creatures do not have standard bodies, and many of them are missing various pieces. So one of the reasons that their arms aren't hanging down is because they have no arms. Bits of like kneecap or other various like parts, like ears or like toes are missing from them as the arrow flies up and kind of lands into one of them. And they do not move in any way.
Do the masks have any like significance?
Does not seem to be. Nothing that you recognize anyway.
Oh.
Maybe one of them is magical.
I could detect magic.
They are not magical.
Damn. Too easy. What do you think? Let's move on.
Yeah, if you press forward, you'll inevitably reach a point where the pathway will end in a large alcove.
Shucks. Do we want to go all the way back straight or just halfway back straight and then go straight?
Is there anything in the alcove?
You can search the alcove if you'd like.
Oh,
Yeah. I would ask Frey also to detect magic, see if there's anything magical.
Eli,
course.
outstanding. Narissa mentions, like, asks the party if you should search the alcove. And you're like, I might as well just run over and take a quick gander. And you start, like, giving it the once-over with your chest. And you notice, like, a glint of light from off of something in the distance as you lift your torch. And as you, like, go forward to investigate it, you will see a small chest in the distance.
Hey, y'all, come look at this. I wonder if it's
I'm going to
magic.
look at it.
I will detect magic on it.
It is not magical.
Do we want to open it?
Is it locked?
I detect mimic on it.
Detect
How
mimic.
were you identifying if it's locked?
Oh, disable device is a trained skill anyway, so
is
it's not like
indeed.
I could do anything with it.
But how do you check to see if it's locked?
I guess we could try and open it.
Okay, who's attempting to open it?
I will.
All right.
Look at that treasure.
You attempt to open it, and it is locked. No traps.
Son of a bitch.
Does anyone know how to unlock chests?
No disabled device in the party, huh? All right, well, this chest just sits here.
How heavy is it?
The chest itself weighs around... Get up again. I didn't think about the idea that people might actually carry it out. So I did not put the weight of the chest down. The chest weighs 50 pounds.
50 pounds.
All by itself. And it's
Okay.
probably got another 5 or 6 pounds worth of stuff in it, you can feel.
I'm gonna talk to the lead dwarf.
Yeah.
I think there's treasure we all can't get at because it's locked. Any of you guys good with breaking things open?
Yeah! They'll, a couple of them will come up and they'll just start, like, hammering it.
I think this might work.
Eventually, they will manage to break through it. But
The world is just a spike.
they will do some damage to some of the stuff on the inside. And you'll find some bits of dust of something, maybe some sort of gem or something they managed to smash up that was relatively fragile. But you'll definitely find some money and some gear. Gotta love them copper pieces.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask if any of those boyos there can use a heavy steel shield.
One of them will say, yeah, and they'll scoop it up.
None of us can really use that, right?
No, I don't think any of you use shields.
Yeah.
I use a two-hander.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
We go back and try the small fork path and go straight. What do you think?
Let me go back to looking at your map. So you're gonna go. So you're down here right now.
Mhm.
And you're gonna go this way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we gave them the weapons, and the weapon and shield.
They left the weapon behind. They think swords are
Okay.
stupid.
Well, then I'll just hang on to the sword.
Yeah, we'll take the sword. I thought they would.
As
We
you
might- well.
turn down the other way, there's some things written all across the wall, and like piles of empty flasks and plates and other various things strewn about the area. The words on the wall are written in... Double check phrase languages again.
Somewhere it doesn't say congratulations.
Well, it's not in blood, so of course it's not going to.
Here's the items you're looking for.
Ooh, you know what the stuff says, Frey. The words on the wall are in Goblin. And they are a series of notes taken relating to the images that you saw in the other room. Sort of like descriptions and directions and like the experimental process of separating all these components from creatures. And like how each of them should be stored, where each of them is like best to be stored.
Oof. nothing to do with this business.
And then from this room, you can either turn left or go back the way you came.
Oh, there's no way to make it smaller, is there?
Yeah, you can shrink the text. If you click on it again, you can. There's a little font type and in the top left.
Oh,
and a number.
Right. That.
Do we want to see what's on the left just to be thorough?
Probably.
Okay, so apparently I can't edit the one I already have made, so I have to make it right. It's fine. It's a good system.
What's on the left?
You're gonna head left. Does everybody agree?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you move into here, there is like, I put this. You all come in light ahead of you, and you'll notice there's a very like, God damn it, I can't think of the term. Sort of like a dry, empty feeling in the air about you, or in the air around you. Almost as if like it's become somehow maybe less dirty or less just something different about the air as you move into the room.
Putting this in the right place.
Yes. And can I get a perception from the party? Frey is a little less observant as you're moving about the room, but the rest of you can kind of catch Frey before she inadvertently walks off of the edge of a cliff.
Ooh. Yeah.
So Frey is kind of like pressing on a little bit, looking at things, and you guys will kind of grab hold of her.
Them.
Or them. Sorry, it's hard for me.
I am here to help.
And you'll notice the pit is like a massive pit in the center of the area. The pit goes down too far for light or dark vision to identify a bottom. And
Can I shoot an arrow down there?
yeah, you certainly can. Even firing the arrow down there, you'll see more light as it goes down. But then it'll like sort of darken out for a moment. And then you'll hear the sound of like something combusting. But there will be no light still. But you hear a soft, echoed crackling, like something is burning. And then it will stop.
Did that sound only start when I shot the arrow down, or was that
It started a little after you shot the arrow down, yes.
Well, this looks like another dead end. I don't see any way of getting past this.
You can go if you wrap around the tight wall to the left, you can find a way around this.
Okay.
But you have to stay very tightly to the wall.
We will do so. I'm going to ask dwarves if that's the kind of entrance they're looking for.
Wouldn't go down something like that. Only thing down at the bottom of that is probably either a pile of dead people
fabulous treasure?
Probably just a pile of dead people.
Okay. Good to know. You are very wise in the ways of caves.
Well, that's what you'd fill a hole with. That size, anyway. As you continue
Kind of aggressive, these guys.
across the way, can I get reflex saves from the party?
That's when we all fall in the pit.
That's disappointing. Come on, Dabobe, you can fail. I don't want one of the dwarves to just die.
Bobe.
No, one of the dwarves is just going to be the one that dies. Yeah. So one of the dwarves hits something. There is a clicking noise, and a slab of stone pushes outward and shoves him into the pit.
Jeez. Ooh, I'm sorry about your hatred.
The rest of the dwarves will pull backwards at that point, and they'll come around a different way. They'll eventually meet up with you, but not before you'll reach the end of the. You'll reach the big room where you can see the small torch up against the wall. And as you enter the room, you'll notice the light from the torch seems to get brighter and brighter. And depicted on the ground below you, made up of very little, what look at first like tiles, is the image of a magnificent creature. Something that looks like the inevitable construction designed from the tapestries of the other room. This creature has 8 massive spider-like legs. Coming out of its thorax, though, is a massive scorpion's thorax with a wide tail wrapping around behind it. But also, interwoven within the tail is a bit of webbing. There are a pair of bat-like wings that stretch out from its thorax. And at its end, it has a very humanoid shaped body, but its head is that of an eagle. Or a hawk, or it's hard to tell. That it's dark. Well, no, it's not dark. So you'd actually know. This looks more like a raven, not a hawk. Sorry.
Did you say this is real or depiction?
It is a depiction.
Oh. That makes more sense.
Is there anything magical in this room?
No. The dwarves, though, will meet up with you. The dwarves that had to double back will meet up with you after a little bit of being in this room, though.
Is there another exit? Is there anybody see anything? We might.
Yeah, with the light, you can actually see there is a way to go south from, a way to go straight ahead from where you were. So basically, either turning left from the tapestry room or going straight from where the pit was and where this thing is. So this would actually sort of connect into this.
Okay.
What do you think, y'all?
And then you can continue on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we need to press on.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Well, as you make your way further in, things will begin to get exceptionally dark. An uncomfortable dark. As you hear the sound of running water around you, you can feel your dark vision slowly feeling more closed in. But you will notice there is a small sort of pool of water that is dripping down from the walls. There's like water seeping out from the walls and sort of forming into like a little sort of stone-made basin that is there. This is only seeable by those of you with dark vision, though, as the light is becoming quite dim. But you can continue on forward if you'd like. The room opens up a little further ahead.
I don't really think that there's anything to. I mean, you can't really wear a basin, so I don't think that Narissa would be. I don't know if Frey.
Yeah,
but
that's fine.
I feel like everywhere we go, Frey should just do detect magic. I mean, it's a cantrip, right?
Yeah, she can cast it over and over. But there is nothing magical in the room.
And I try to put the base just to see if I can wear it.
You try to put the basin on? No, you cannot wear it.
Making it good.
Yeah, as you come into the area ahead, the darkness has your dark vision halved, so you feel you can see only about 30 feet ahead of you. Those of you at light can only see about 10 feet before you. And once again, you'll see this time a not as deep pit, but there is still a pit sort of dug into the ground in an area. And filling it are a number of somebody has spent a lot of time carving into stone a variety of different shapes of appendages or like heads or chests or other bits of body parts, as if they were trying to put together some kind of statue or figure out how they would assemble a statue without actually having an understanding of like how to do so. Everything is very poor quality, and things are like kind of laid out on the ground in a way, so there's like a chest in one place and like an arm nearby it and a different arm nearby it and maybe some legs around the area, but it's as if somebody was trying to put together like something from stone. This room is very, very dark and difficult to navigate. You will have to, and it is hard to identify the size of the room because where you're at, there's the pit that you can clearly tell, but the pit is not deep. You could all jump into the pit, but it would be difficult to get out of. But you could get out of it like working together. But you'd have to kind of like search the area for the next direction you want to go.
Could we search like sort of sticking to the walls to see if we can?
Yep, that is fine. You can follow along the walls. That will work very well. Going along the outside of the walls, you will see that the cavern will turn left. And it is at this point that all the lights will go out. Yeesh. And you will hear a voice speak out to you from the distance. First in a language you don't understand. You hear...
Did it sound like what the dwarves were conversing in?
You wouldn't know that. None of you have linguistics, so it's difficult to identify.
Okay.
But then eventually they will shift to a tongue you all recognize. What are you all doing here?
We're on a mission. God.
Who are we? Who's asking?
It's our business to know. One of the dwarves will lean in and whisper to you. Sounds like Nancy's, but the cave Nancy's. They're a lot more rough around the edges, but only because they'll stab you when you're not looking.
I get it.
I don't.
I don't know I don't know if in character I would get it, but out of character, those are probably drow. Because he said Nancy's are elves and they're cave Nancy's.
Ooh. We got it. Well, then, even though he blurted out earlier, that means we got a Drugar drow action here. Underdark battles.
I'll let Frey do the talking though, since Frey's the diplomatic one.
Talk to the Nancys, Frey.
Assume what led you here is the same thing that led us here.
That depends. What led you here?
Don't play silly with me. I know what you're here for. Only one of us can leave with it, can't they?
I think so, yeah.
But
that's usually how things work.
That smell. That disgusting smell. What have you brought in here with you?
Do I
Dwarves?
understand this?
They're speaking in common.
Oh, yeah. I looked down at Debobe. Nothing.
You brought with you dwarves.
Oh, that, yeah.
Despicable. One of them, shouts back, "Listen here, you skinny little piece of nothing. I had to come out of there and bash your skull in. Now, you couldn't dare do that. Now, could you? You're not sure exactly where we are? We know exactly where you are. So, don't do anything silly. Just let us take what we came here for."
We can't let you do that.
Well, you're gonna have to stop us. Which means you're gonna have to find us. Which means we're gonna have to follow up with this next week. Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Fucker.